every time you put in a building, it unlocks a new profession. And you can always bring in a male or a female. Let's jump over and look at what a female might look like. So let's take a look at some of her different types of outfits. And you'll see, we're just going to get you a quick look. I could spend a really long time in here. This is, for me, the start of where storytelling takes place. And I love bringing in the different characters and customizing them. And I could spend way more time than we're allowed to. But let's show off just a bunch of characters while I'm talking. This is the beginning of storytelling. There's a lot of customization involved. And you'll see there's a huge number of outfits. They're all made with loving care to look handmade and really medieval and help you tell your story. And you can customize them. Let's take a look at what customizing an outfit would look like. Okay, so let's go on into here. And you'll see what we've done with the customization is we've given you still the powerful Creative Sim tools that you're used to, but we've controlled it so that the end result is still going to look medieval. You're not going to accidentally turn your Sim's outfit into something that looks out of place. But you can have very dramatic effects on it. You can have someone look evil or nice just by how you pick the colors for their outfit. We can spend a lot of time in that, but we won't. Let's close out of that. I want to show you at least what the hair panel looks like and change of hair. Again, we've worked a lot on making a lot of medieval hairstyles and hats for men and women. Cool. Let's go to crafting the personality. For me, that's another really important part of the storytelling. What kind of character do I want this to be? Start by naming them, and we make some suggestions, or you can name them yourself. And let's go into the traits. You're going to pick 2 traits for your Sim. And you can scroll down the list there and you'll see there's a very wide array of them. I have a certain story in my mind that I plan to tell with this wizard. So I think that the traits I would like to pick are eloquent and evil. And there they are. And now we have a brand new thing, which is a fatal flaw. You have to pick one. And these are traits that are actually going to make it harder for your Sim to be successful. They might be a drunk. They might be a gambler. They might have all kinds of problems. Let's pick one that's not going to stop me from being powerful in my next action. Cruel would be perfect. Let's go with a drunkard. Doesn't matter to me. Cruel is fine. Go with cruel. I love that icon. Okay, close that up. Cruel is perfect for the story I want to tell. Let's jump back into the out of Creative Sim with my new cruel wizard. Okay, we're going to be back in kingdom mode, and now we're going to get to quests. Quests are a really important part of this game. I was in one before. I was playing the monarch, working with his life, developing his relationships, having him lose at sword fights. Now I'm going to get to play whoever I want next. I could choose the monarch, I could choose the wizard, or the bard, or the spy. From quest to quest, you get to pick which hero Sims you want to be controlling. There's a lot of different quests, and which ones are available depends on which characters you have in the game and how your kingdom is doing in terms of those aspects that we showed you. Let's pick the one, The Witch is Back. This is a great example of how we approach quests. We want to give you guys story ideas that feel medieval, but then give you a lot of creative freedom to make them unfold the way that you want it to in your kingdom. So we give you that scenario. There's a witch. What do you want to do about it? You might choose a delightful wedding. You'll marry the witch. The only hero that can do that is the monarch, it turns out. Or you might choose counterspelling, where you're going to just debilitate the witch, which you could do with the wizard or the Jacobin priest or the physician. Or you could say, a witch no more. I'm going to kill that witch. And again, the wizard, the knight, or the spy. Spy might use poison to do it. Knight might do his sword. Let's try that one. So we're going to go into witch no more. There often might be other heroes here that I don't have available right now. Let's start the quest. So now we're going to get a look inside the wizard's tower. Now we see down here 2 of the wizard's signature objects. Over on the left is her crafting station, and here in front is the arcane tome, where she can scry and study spells. We're going to have her do a couple of things, but I'm actually going to have her cheat and become a 10th level, a highest level wizard, because I want to show off a lot of powerful stuff that the wizard can do. All right. I'm also getting an achievement by cheating because we have a whole achievement system in this game, and it tracks platinum, gold, silver, or bronze for how you finish quests, and lots of different things that it can track in the achievements book. So let's skip ahead on this story node. So we'll just skip past that. And so we're in our following of the quest. We can see that usually this will tell us what's the next step you need to do if what you want to be doing is moving the quest along. And the answer is scry. So let's have her go and scry, which means using that magic ball, in case you didn't all know what scrying was. Now, while she's scrying, I can talk a little bit about how there's a balancing act between what you're doing to move a quest forward and what you're doing just to run the daily life of the hero sim you're controlling. Whichever hero sims you're controlling, you can see that you've got their hunger and their energy, that you're making sure they got enough sleep and food. And two more things, which because this is pre-alpha software, the icons aren't there yet, which are their responsibilities. That means for every hero sim that you play, it's going to feel different. If it's the physician, you need to be healing the sick. The blacksmith, you need to be making armor and weapons. If it's the wizard, you need to be scrying or learning new spells or gathering plants that you're going to make potions. So each hero sim has different responsibilities that you can complete throughout the day to get rewards, or negative things happen if you don't complete their responsibilities. All right, let's finish up with the scrying. Have her hurry up. And you see she's gaining a lot of experience for this, which will help her level up as a wizard, although I've already taken care of that. And we would see a scene about some horrible stuff happening. Another thing that's not in yet because it's pre-alpha. There's an evil witch going on that we want to do something about. And we can see that this little icon down here that reminds us about the next quest node will tell us that we're going to head up to the throne room. We're going to talk to the monarch about that. Before we do that, since we know there's a nasty witch on the loose, why don't we learn a spell that might help us? Now you guys are going to learn about the magic system. There's a lot of different spells that your wizards can learn. Let's pick one. We're going to do magic arrow. Now I'm going to need your help. You see those three icons? Those are runes. She has a collection of runes, and as she gets to be a higher and higher level wizard, she has more runes in her collection, more different spells. So if we want to learn magic arrow, we have to remember energy, air, light, in that order. Energy, air, light. So let's go learn that spell. What is it? It's energy, air, light. Okay, let's put them all in. All right, and now she's going to start studying the spell. And there are some sort of Easter egg spells that you can learn that aren't listed there that will give you hidden spells. Now what she's doing is, with every different rune, it's a different element, there's a different set of motions that go with that magic system. And she's got to learn them all in the proper order so she can do them again when it's time to cast that spell. Oh, she's thinking about being evil. Okay, so let's do the next step in the quest, which is to head her on up to the castle. You can see there's a little yellow map tag that will remind her where do you need to go, who do you need to talk to if you're working on quest stuff. Just teleport her on up there for now, which is actually a spell that she can learn to do. And let's have her go, now that she's in there, the next thing she needs to do is to go talk to the monarch. So let's have her go and talk with the monarch. Yeah, we can see, warn the monarch, it says. Warn the monarch about the witch. So there he is. He's talking to some foreign leaders. See how there's a quest-specific interaction that helps you flesh out the story you're telling, warn about the witch. So she's going to kind of come in and tell them things. Some of those guys are wearing temporary outfits, those kind of glowing ones. Those are the foreign leaders, and we just marked them like that so we can keep track of them for now. Okay, the fool. He did not believe the witch. I can't believe this. I'm going to have to go warn other people to get support to deal with this witch. Well, that's pretty annoying, and I don't think we're going to put up with that. In fact, that reminds me, let's go into buy mode. I've been hatching this story that I might want to kill off this monarch. He's not very good at sword fighting anyway, and bring in the next one will be a queen, maybe a friend of my wizard. So I want to give you guys a quick look at how powerful the buy mode tools are. With just a really fast little demo, we're going to utterly change the feeling of the throne room. So the first thing we're going to do is let's bring in some lights, and you'll notice as Sam places them that the lighting is dynamic. It casts pools of light on the wall where the lighting is shining. And now let's bring a couple of gargoyles. There's going to be a totally new theme in town for this throne room. So let's get some gargoyles on some big imposing columns and have them stand like sentinels on either side. There, take a look at that gargoyle. They're going to stand like sentinels behind the new throne that we're going to put in. And speaking of the new throne, I've got a totally different look in mind for the throne. There's lots of different styles of thrones and furniture to tell lots of different kinds of stories. This one looks kind of sorceress-y. Let's zoom in on that. We're going to create a style on that throne to make it look the way that we like it to, customize it. So I like the pattern, but I think I'd like it to be purple. And then let's make the base that it's sitting on green. Excellent. Okay, let's take that new style and start applying it maybe to the rug and to the candle holders.